Testing. Testing. Alright, I'm going to I'm going to be just testing this out, trying to get the water on there. Main thing I kind of wish is this had like push to talk, like or audio threshold. In fact, I'm gonna try something here. Okay. It's still picking up my thing, but I should be louder now. I'm completely new to the streaming thing. I've only done it a few times. Audio. Yeah, you're gonna hear my computer hum. My cat is, of course, right here. Oh shit. How do I remove? I'm gonna get copyright flagged. Yeah, you can hear my cat. He Now, Bunky, if you don't behave, I'm gonna have to kick you out because I want to do this, you know, but I know people like cats, so I'm kind of at the mercy of what the people also say too. I'm not sure what I'm exactly going to be doing while this, so I'm just going to fire up Daytime Drama 1 just to kind of have something in the background. Give me a sec, folks. This is mainly going to be a Q&A because I felt like last night's stream was a bit low quality and I wanted to yeah, I'm kind of waiting for people to get in. I'm just doing some tests while I wait for this to trying to I'm just trying to get a really just figure out how this whole process works. I'm completely new to streaming. I personally am not a big I don't know much about streaming. I mean, last night I just used the built-in thing that YouTube has. Now I'm actually trying to hi Marissa. Glad you could make it. Yeah, there's we're just gonna this is just gonna be a simple like Q&A. I'm gonna ask people, and I'll state this again when there's more people in here. You know, you type in the comments section. What? Oh, hi, Leo. Just saw you too. Like, type in the chat the questions you have for me. I don't care what the questions are as long as it's you know, going to be Gucci with YouTube, because I know YouTube can be a bit, you know, censor happy. I'm just trying to get Daytime Drama started up here. I keep having brain farts. Alright. Turn down the music here. As much as I like the music, I also want to be able to, people to be able to hear me. Oh, hello, little devil. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out here how to, get, oh, there we go. I have to bring it to the monitor thing. Yeah, this is... I'm gonna be playing my own game, but the thing is, as I said, we're gonna be, talking. I want people to ask anything, you know, anything pertaining to Daytime Drama 1. However, I do want to state, kind of for the record, like, since you're all kind of here, I have decided to take a hiatus from Daytime Drama 2 and DD2 modding in general. I just haven't really been feeling it in the same way. But, you know, again, I want people to ask, just, you know, if they want to know more, I'll talk about it. Obviously, yeah, a lot of people have pointed out this looks exactly like Quake, and it's meant to look like Quake. Oh yeah, Little Devil. Yeah, this is the this is exactly the same game. It's just the more recent version of the game. Yeah, my musician wanted to add one of the music tracks to it. I told him I wanted it silent, but he's like, he really wanted his music. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna play on hard just so I can kind of focus on people. You know. So, the quality doesn't look that good. Let me try tweaking things a little bit. Yeah, the thing is, I'm using a monitor that's really, really, big, and my bandwidth only can do so much. So anyway, I'm going to start right now and, you know, ask away any questions. I don't care what the questions are, just... can you hear the audio okay? Like, me and as opposed to the music? And the sound. Just want to make sure of that before I continue on. Okay, good. Alright, good, good. So yeah, I guess until someone asks a question, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the history of this game. I had actually been developing game mods off and on since since 2007. Yeah, 2007. Oh, we have a question. Marissa asks, what has your experience been with ZScript so far? On one hand, it's been extremely powerful. A lot of the stuff that I did in ACS was stripped away, and I could do it in ZScript. A lot of the shit that I was able to do in ZScript has basically made this game a lot more nice. How do I put it, right? It's easier to program with. Decorate to me is sort of like BASIC, while ZScript's a bit more like C++. Decorate, you basically, one of the problems I have with Decorate is it is very limited in just like how you can declare variables. In fact, couldn't really even declare variables for the longest time. You had to use inventory items, and I just do not like the idea that ZScript took forever. I honestly think one of the biggest problems with Decorate, as opposed to ZScript, is the fact that it had a really flexible syntax, which is not a good thing. Also, oh my god, on the preview it looks awful. I'm going to see if I can't fix that. You know, I'm going to see if I can't fix that, because it does look kind of awful on the stream when I'm moving. However, ZScript has several caveats that I don't really care for. I think the whole, you know, UI scope and play. I talked about this in last night's really crappy live stream where I did announced it. It just really it got confusing. Like, I wanted in Daytime Drama 2, when I was working on it, to make a project. Part one, like a sub-project, was to figure out how to change player. What I mean by that is, let's say you want to take a player pawn, just make it a generic player pawn, and swap out attributes. I was able to do that, but I could not figure out how to do that via a menu. It was so complex, and the resources, like ZScript has documentation. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at this. Give me a second. Let's check the settings here. Yeah, I'm going to actually see if I can't fix that. Give me a second.
Ice bear is down here.
Yeah, I've increased the bit rate.
Ice bear is down here.
Let me move it around here. It looks better so far. I kind of tweaked the bit rate. OBS can be a bit finicky with bit rate. But anyway, before I continue on, I want to say the biggest problem with ZScript is the whole UI scope play. You know, the scope for variables and functions is just so difficult to grasp. In fact, one of the biggest flaws was, as I said, I was trying to make a character swapping system without using, like, the built-in player switch mechanism. And I could do it, but I couldn't figure out how to do it from a menu. And that bothered the hell out of me. to the point I scrapped it. Because I was just, I mean, that was just something that I wanted to do. I could figure it out about half the way, and then I stopped. And I'm sure if I asked someone how to do it, well, Z-Script's something that a lot of people haven't used yet. It's becoming more and more commonplace now. It's been like 2 years, but there's a lot of things that are keeping added to it, and it's just.
Ice bear is down here.
I'm gonna try something here. Yeah, I'm trying to use like here on trying to use the gamepad to actually advance the dialogue, and I can't. And that's something else that bothers me. I couldn't figure out how to change that either. But you know, if I can figure out how to do it, I will fix daytime drama. Ice Bear is good bear, by the way. He's the best bear. Changed my mind. Yeah, it's a lot smoother now. But so yeah, it's been kind of a mixed bag, with all honesty. It's a great question, Marissa, because I will say, with full transparency, when I saw how many people were complaining about the lack of documentation for Z-Script, I actually converted Z-Script, all the decorate and ACS code. I slowly converted all of the decorate to Z-Script, and then I started converting the ACS as much as I could. There's still a few remnants of Z-Script, non-Z-Script ACS left, but pretty much everything major was put into Z-Script. So it basically. Now you want to know what the biggest problem with Z-Script? You want to know what the biggest problem is with Z-Script, though? It's the overhead. Sometimes when you literally, how do I put this? Not literally. I need to stop using that word. Well, I saw in the latest GZ Doom repo, they are trying to do something called, use something called ASM to, ASM JIT, I think. JIT, no.
Really?
Yeah, JIT. ASM, just in time, and basically it's a way of converting, like, say, a scripting language or some other coding into, assembly. And that would optimize, at least on x86 systems, and x86 64 systems, a great deal of optimization, because right now it's all done with runtime and compile time bytecode in the engine itself. The problem with that is I've been following the development cycle, the development thread. They essentially hit a roadblock. There's a bug within ASM JIT that is beyond GP Judas and a few others' ability to fix. So literally it breaks the game because ASM JIT can't work anymore. And I'm using that as it literally just stops, and the thing is they're having trouble reproducing it with a small enough example, meaning it's going to take a while to fix, which sucks because I was looking forward to that, just because I think it would make Z-Script faster. I'm going to be honest with you, the maps all took a long ass time, and that's the problem with Daytime Drama 2 and why I've kind of put it you know, on a long-term hiatus until I can maybe get someone to help me out with maps, because it took me like several years to build details. Like, I'm gonna be honest here, the gas station was not this detailed until much later. Like, you see there's actually like gas pumps and all that shit. The flag was not there. I didn't think to add like little details, like say these little barriers, you know, to prevent people from running into the store. Little things like the handicap placards, you know, those sorts of things. Those were all stuff I added much later, and it helped that my friend Kelsey, who's really great with asset developing, as long as she's, as long as it's not ultra political, she really can do a great job. Some of the assets were done by me, like I came up with this. If you don't know what this is a reference to, there's a truck stop here in America called Flying J, and it kind of looks similar to that, so I was just... Oh, hi, Nazakomi. Good to see you. But yeah, the biggest problem with and all of the maps was, even for some small map like this, like, it's not the biggest map. It took me years to get it to look this decent. And there's still things I think I could have done better, like this bus. But let's be honest here, making vehicles in GZ Doom is fucking difficult. Not gonna lie. It's not my strongest point. In fact, props to Kinsey for being able to somehow do it. Although, I'm not sure, it probably wasn't, like, a big thing like this. It was probably just more like a thing he programmed in Z-Script. I'm not sure how it looked. It didn't really get a good on that. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's the one thing about this, is it has a lot of references, but you don't need to get it, because I tried to strive for high quality here, but unfortunately, it didn't really, some of them don't really, how do I put it, didn't really sound well to some, but hey, it's Duke Nukem-like, I was trying to go for a... Okay, the other thing I want to talk about before I go further is, music took forever. My musician, Rod Scorpion, which I'm going to pull up, I'm going to link it in the chat, but I'm also going to put it in, I'm going to actually put it in his, he made a soundtrack, and he actually did an official release for it, which has the uncut music. I'm going to post it here in the chat. You might, yeah, there you go. While he's allowed me to use the soundtrack in the game, he's made the uncut full versions of each tune, not looping, not cut up by me, just the raw CD quality audio is available there. And I actually really, I'm just really glad that he did that. I gave him like $80 initially, right, for it, because, and then I bought it when it became out, even though I had access to it for free. I felt like he did such a good job, he deserved some sort of payment. However, he finished the soundtrack literally a year and a half after Daytime Drama was released to the public. Meaning, not many people know of the fact that the soundtrack exists. And I feel kind of bad about that, but I really needed to be able to... How do I put it? I needed to be able to test the project on a grander scale. Oh god, they always get me. The dawn trails always disturb me. Oh, there's Ice Bear. Oh, I activated the pepper by mistake. Oh well. Yeah, I love the pepper. I'm gonna need a green key. But yeah, back to the history of daytime drama. It was really it was a cursed production. Right before I was inspired to actually make this project, in 2013, my grandpa Bob passed away from a cerebral hemorrhage. And it really hit me hard. And then later on in 2014, after I had a heart procedure done, my grandma had a stroke and was incapacitated. She died in 2015. I suddenly found myself having to move back to my mom's place, which hastened development because she and I simply do not get along. I love my mom, but I don't mean her any ill will, but we're better off apart. And I know that's a little depressing, but it's the truth. Developing this was a very cursed production. Marissa, you ask, so how did you come up with such a selection of enemies? Believe it or not, this is actually one of the game's strongest points. The gumballs were actually supposed to be an entirely different enemy. But I chose them because I don't know. I just can't, having Gumball with a shotgun, I mean, how can you top that? Like, but then the Dawn Trail actually, if you know what gaming garbage is and what it used to be, Dawn Trail the Dolphin was kind of a staple of how that horrible thing. And Dawn Trail, I got a lot of flack. Okay, not a lot of flack, but a few people gave me flack in the Icarus Lives video. Because, well, if you don't know who Schmorky is, Schmorky was one of the people on Gaming Garbage, and they have been since accused of doing some very shady shit. Yeah, the enemies are meme-like as Little Devil. Yeah, they are meme-like in some nature. The Buddy Bears, for example, are well, if you've ever seen Garfield and Friends, I wanted to kind of go with a general bear motif because, you know, Danganronpa references here and there. The boss is Junko Enoshima from the Danganronpa series. I wanted her love of bears to be kind of throughout the enemy selection. But I also wanted to add, say, Gumball and Dawn Trail, and later on Bonzi Buddy for some... just for some love. Yeah, I wanted, you know, some variety. But yeah, as I was saying, Schmorky turned out to be a real piece of garbage, and because I included Dawn Trail, some people were basically accusing me of being a not Dawn Trail, a Schmorky fan, and I'm like, I'm answering that with a big no. When I found out what Schmorky did, even before the allegations of grooming and preying on young adults and maybe even children, I immediately distanced myself from Schmorky altogether. That was not the only thing they did. They also apparently framed Low-Tax for some sort of shit, including pedophilia. And one thing I know about Low-Tax, he doesn't really like it when the FBI shows up at his door, regardless if it's because of something he's been accused of doing, or someone on his forums have done, you know. I think that's a bit, you know, that's a bit reasonable, you know. That's something that's actually a bit of a concern of mine, is as this game gains popularity, it's going to probably attract a few crazies. Oh, by the way, I'm going to point out this enemy right here that I've freezed on. There's Sweet Bro, and then there's later Hella Jeff from the Homestuck meta comic, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. And, someone actually in the Z-Doom chat, the actual Z-Doom Discord at the time said, "Are you sure you want to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And it's like, well, apparently Homestuck, hi Cake, how are you doing? Like, but yeah, a lot of people warned me in the Z-Doom forum Discord. Apparently, Homestuck fans can be very diehard, and if you like voice act a certain character a certain way or not a certain way, you could potentially be enraging them. And I'm kind of like, well, I think it's Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff who are in a comic, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, daytime drama, because of the content, I don't even if I were able to get the rights to every single thing that I've parodied or referenced in this, I do not think this game could be made with like a big company. I know that for a fact. Because a lot of people would probably think it's, oh shit, give me a sec. Yeah, the Dawn Trail scared the living piss out of me even now. My friend Brad, who's also my roommate now, did the Dawn Trail voices after what happened with Schmorky. I'm like, hey dude, you've got a great range. I kind of need voices for Dawn Trail that do not include Schmorky's voice at all. Because both Lotax and Schmorky did a perfect Dawn Trail voice, but after what Brad was able to do, oh my god, it literally was like, okay, I take that back. You do a perfect Dawn Trail voice. It's something. Yeah, he just spoke in the background. Hi, Brad. But yeah, yeah, he was able to channel like the eldritch horror and the annoyance of Dawn Trail. And that's literally what, like, literally to me, made the enemies, That made Dawn Trail complete. I'm to this day, I'm still overjoyed. A lot of people have said that apparently in some of the comments of the other videos that he sounds like he's saying something in Swedish. I do not know how true that is. Here's Bonzi. Yeah, this game, this is basically... Basically, this was made, like, at the... Or this started development in 2013, 2014, right? It's very much a product of that time period.
I've had the worst fucking day of my life. I've had the worst fucking day of my life.
Alright. Doing good so far. Wait. There's a little thing here, and I haven't been able to figure it out. Like, you can walk over that and it still won't trigger. I think I need to maybe change the level type. Yeah, expand dong. I emailed this to Joel. I don't think I think he's kind of tired of the Bonzi buddy joke, so I don't blame him if he doesn't play it, but I think the biggest thing with daytime drama is the fact it does have like a variety of enemies, a variety of levels. It's just I'm proud of it. One of the things No, this is actually mine. I made, with the help of a few friends here and there, I made this. Well, I mean, I didn't, yeah, I did include Granddad. I thought that was way too, that was some real basic shit. You know, that's like, but here's the thing, I always wanted to make Bonzi an enemy in a game. And that's why but he was the perfect one to voice it. He was the perfect one to voice it, so I had to get him. Originally, I just used, like, the text-to-speech engine that Bonzi used, but that just wasn't effective enough. It's just...
Keep chopping it.
Whoop. Overshot it a little bit. So, yeah, anyway, Daytime Drama 1 had a... Because of the, well, problems I faced with... Well, I was basically, if it weren't for Mom taking me in, to her credit, I would become homeless. And I just... yeah, that kind of basically made it really...
There we go. There we go.
That made it kind of hard to work on this.
There we go. Spam.
Yeah, the right to arm bears. I probably should have used that as a tagline. Yeah, so yeah, I'm basically making this was extremely difficult. It was also hampered by the fact... Oh god. There is a very elaborate in-joke with what you just saw. I don't even know if I can explain it without, taking up a lot of time. But if people really want to know, I'll share. Okay, I will explain the secret room because Marissa asked nicely. Okay. I used to be big on Channel Awesome. But they kind of fell out of grace not way before the, change the channel bullshit started, right? One of the people I used to watch before he got all like white guilt milquetoast was Owen Citizen. And he reviewed this movie called Vase de Noches, which is literally called, by its English title, The Pig Fucking Movie. Yeah, I'm not going to actually go any further. I'm sure YouTube's going to love the fact I mentioned that movie. Even though I think you can watch it on YouTube. Anyway, I reference the guy who owns this junkyard basically dressed up. Basically, it's implied he's the same guy who did. It's the same guy who did. Who did Vase de Noches, and he just fled here, and he's made a very shit car place. So yeah, that's kind of why. Yeah, that's why no one picked up on that. I'm like, except some beta testers who knew what I was kind of doing at the time, but they didn't really like. That's probably what's going to be next. People are probably accusing me of condoning that. I obviously don't. I think that movie was just served just nothing but to fulfill a sick, twisted fetish. But, hey, Europe, am I right? No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it's a very disgusting movie. I will assure you, though, the scene that they call it for basically was simulated, but it's disgusting for other reasons. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it much more. I don't want to get demonetized, even though I already am, because I'm not popular enough. Alright, I'm going to go, I gotta go pick up some health and get the blue armor. But yeah, the thing is, I referenced it mainly because of the cringe. I really do not condone that movie at all. I think it's rubbish. Just because outside that and some of the shock value, it's just dull as dishwater. Because once you get past the shock, it's just crap. Literally. Crap. I'm not joking. I said too much. Anyway, so daytime drama suffered because it was essentially... I missed the secret. Not sure where I missed it. I'm actually not sure...
Really?
I'm going to explain this enemy a bit. Actually, can I pull up something? Yeah, I'm gotta scale this. I'm gonna pull up something. People have asked all the time, what is that Garfield enemy supposed to be? And if you give me a second to center the screen and to transform it to fit the screen, I will pull up what the enemy is supposed to be. Give me a second here. It's going to take me a bit to find exactly what, if I have a reference to this. I think I do somewhere. Just, I used to be a big Garfield fan. I'm not as much anymore. But there was an enemy, this enemy was inspired by a Garfield bootleg I had found. It might be on my Dropbox. Give me a second. Trying to figure it out here. I'm going to pull up my display once I figure it out here. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to find this, so it's okay. I need a break from that a little bit. Anyway, there was this Garfield book called, I think it was Garfield in Dog Years I'd Be Dead, because it was for the 25th anniversary of Garfield. One of the things in this book they had was a very bad knockoff. I found it. Give me a sec. It took me forever to find this image, but I have since found it. Here it is. I'm going to zoom in exactly on the one. You see the backpack up here, right? I'm going to get good and zoomed in on that. It's kind of like a mix between this and this bootleg plush from Turkey. I don't know. I wanted to make a Garfield thing, but I wanted to make him look disturbingly off. Yep. A mix of these two. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but basically this bootleg backpack from Taiwan and this plush from Turkey. Those are basically, I combined the two together and I made Barf Bag. And of course, Lotso is self-explanatory. Oh, found a glitch. The windows don't shatter anymore. Oh, I died. I think I know what happened with the windows shattering, but it's not a... Alright, see you later.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey!
Actually, I'm going to go fix that, but I'll show you, folks, it may be a little hard to see, but I'm going to show you exactly the, yeah, there was a Monokuma laugh. Actually, one of the bosses. And I think my roommate is encountering a problem with, Bunky, the cat. Alright, that would be map 3. Well, so what is the cartoon in here in the first place? I don't know what you mean. It's just kind of a crossover shitpost. Really, there's no real cartoon that it's supposed to be. Oh, I see. I forgot to mark them as solid. And probably a few other flags. Again, it's an easy fix. It's not game breaking, so I can push out the, you know, block, impassable, projectile. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I will push out a fix for that later. Why are the enemies our cartoons? Something different. A lot of game mods and total conversions always have this ultra realistic style of just, you know, not ultra realistic, but, you know, like Doom kind of has a certain style to, I really just think it's overdone. I'm not saying that realism or the Doom pixel style is ugly. You know, it has its merits, but I like more colorful games personally. And one of my biggest gripes with a lot of modern games is they're all 50 Shades of Brown, and I just wanted to make a game that was not that. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of people shit on modern gaming. And one of these people think that modern gaming still can be saved, and it's not nearly as damned as everyone makes it out to be. But we need to basically stop this whole DLC bullshit. We need to stop all this microtransaction stuff. We need to allow people to make colorful games and not just constant Call of Duty knockoffs. Like, that's just my view on things. But that's just me. You know, I'm not saying that those don't have... Alright, I'm going to just warp to map 3. I fixed it. Why is it not working? Yeah, give me a second here. Yeah, it's not meant to be an ultra-serious game, despite its history. It's meant to be just my kind of game. But I think, you know, the cartoony art style could be used for serious games. Full disclosure I think it could be. I just wanted to make a game that was my kind of game and not... I know a lot of people... yeah, I don't know why it's not working when projector. I'm going to clip middle texture, wrap middle texture. Yeah, I really don't know what, like, does anyone see here, like, why this is not working? Like, these are supposed to be breakable glass. Maybe if I try switching the textures, maybe that'll help. Because I don't know if glass house is breakable or not. I don't really like that texture anyway. Anyway, I'm just showing you, yeah, it doesn't have a texture. It probably was scripted before. I'm just going to replace it with a blue tinted window. Why not? Compile. Yeah, and then I'll get back to it. Oh, what did you... Hey, I appreciate that, Leo. What did you say? You retracted a message. Actually, you and Marissa found that the bug basically you found that the game was broken somehow. I forget exactly what. Oh, it was the boss's health bars were broken. All right. I've never pistol started this map before. Yeah, I have never pistol started from this map. This is gonna be a challenge. Why is it lagging? I think I know why it's crashing. Give me a second. Display capture. Turn that off temporarily. Okay, I fixed it. The texture did not never pop out of there again. Oh, people were having trouble with the permoids. So I had to put this little I had to put this little tip here. Yeah, I'm just, you know, if you want to, you know, play the game and shut up, Monokuma. You're not wanted here. Oh. I gotta replace the other texture. I'll do that later. There's another one in case they missed it. Grimdark. You know. Also, I just love the Dontrell doll. Okay, it's lagging a bit. Give me a second. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. I feel like I'm gonna lower the bit rate. Yeah, give me... I'm, trying to fix the lagging. I have no idea how to fix this. It seems to be doing it yeah, give me a second. I'll ask this. Brad, are you doing anything right now?
What do you need?
No, I'm asking you, are you using bandwidth? Are you streaming something?
No, I'm not streaming nothing.
Huh. My YouTube suddenly just started throttling me.